All right, my first live on YouTube, and I'm here to answer some questions. And I already have some questions that have been emailed to me or texted me, and I'm just going to start with those. And I hope maybe some people will join in, and maybe you can put questions in the chat if you see me on here and you join in, or you can watch later and have some of the main questions answered. So, for the Colossians Workout Series, this what I'm talking about, and we are going to take the book of the Bible of Colossians, and over 9 weeks, I'm publishing 4 videos each week. And I have a schedule, so you can find the schedule and information on my website, fitnessforthefield.com. And I'm going to leave that below this video and publish that to let you know where you can find the schedule, so that way you can know what verses of scripture each workout is talking about. And the other thing that you will be able to find is what kind of general workout it is. And then if you go to fitnessforthefield.com, you will also see all the workouts that are coming. You'll even know what equipment you will need. But generally, for everybody, even people showing up on YouTube, you will be able to have that information in the thumbnail of each video. It'll tell you how long it is, what equipment you need, and what scripture we're going to be talking through, and what type of workout it is. So that's where you can get all your information, either over at fitnessforthefield.com or on the thumbnail of each video. So one of because they were thinking, should I commit to this or not, is how long are the workouts? So every workout, all 36, I would say 75% of them fall between 30 and 40 minutes. And then maybe 5% or less than 30 minutes. And probably the rest are a little bit more than 40 minutes. But I do not have a workout that's more than 50 minutes. So 30 to 40 minutes is the best answer and the most common amount of time for the workouts. A few outliers on both sides. And another question, people say, I like working out more than 4 times a week. So what should I do if I want to do Colossians with you? Then I would say do the 4 workouts through Colossians, and then whether you have a walking or running day or 2 walking and running days, I always recommend people to have at least 1 day of rest. But that's how you can do the 4 workouts and then add a walk or a jog, or you could go and on my YouTube channel or at Fitness for the Field and just find another fun workout. The way I program these workouts, you will have metabolic workout, at least 1 every week except for the first week, and then you have 2 strength trainings, and then you get something else, and the something else is kickboxing or just a regular cardio or something like bar, and even stretching. So we have different modalities, but that is what you can expect for the workouts, and just choose something else those other 2 days. And then another question that a couple of people have told me is they can't start right at the beginning. And so, hi, Suzanne. I'm glad you're here. I'm answering questions about Colossians, so make sure you put them in the chat. I'll see them as they come up, and I can answer your question. So, if you cannot start July 1st, I know that's a big vacation week for a lot of people, then what you can do is you can wait 2 weeks or even 3 weeks. If you start on the 4th week, which would be so for 1/8, it would be the 21st. If you start on July 22nd, you could actually do 6 workouts. You could do 4 and then the other 2, and then you can keep going and you'll still finish with us. It doesn't matter how you do these workouts. I encourage you to go in order. So if you want to work out more than 4 times a week, you certainly can. You do not have to. I believe 4 times a week is great, and putting in some walking or running along with it will be perfect. So that's what you want to do if you want to do more than 4 times a week. Some people might wonder, I have another way that I do things. You can certainly do the Colossians workout less than 4 times a week. You just push play and go in order, and that's how they're going to come up through YouTube. Hi, Robbie. Hello, hello. So good to see people showing up. Music. Okay, my music for these workouts for Colossians are different. And there's two questions people have asked me about music. One is, why are you doing it different? Because they like the way I do music for my normal workouts. Well, one is because the message is the point, and I didn't want to have all these lyrics in the background with a message. So we have royalty free music, and we also have music with no lyrics in the background. That's one reason why. And then the other question about music is, are you going to go back to workouts with the way I typically do music? Yes, I will. So once we get through July and August, this Colossians series, I'm going to be doing live workouts on YouTube. Just a little plug for that on Mondays. And then I will be publishing on my site, fitnessforthefield.com, typical workouts that I do. So, Robbie, I am originally from South Carolina. I'm right in South Carolina recording this. I actually live in England usually, but I'm home in the U.S. I'm American, and I'm visiting with my family. So that's where I'm from. Text me or send in the comment. Where are you from? I love knowing where people are from, and we usually have people from all over the world. All right, so what can you do now? We have just a few days before the first workout starts, July 1st. What can you do now? From India. Robbie, I lived in India 10 years. India is very special to my heart. I lived in the low mountains of Himalayas, and then I lived in Madhya Pradesh and then Mumbai. I love India. So what can you do now? Read through Colossians. It's a short day or whenever you see this video, and read through the book of Colossians. I'd love to introduce you to this. And so you can find copies of the Bible all over the internet, or you could just look up Colossians and read through. So that's what I'd love for you to do. Get your equipment. So I have another video. You can go check out all the Colossians video in this series after I upload this, or go look at my YouTube channel and buy equipment that you need for the workouts. You need weights, dumbbells, hand weights, and I'd love for you to have light weights, medium, and heavy. And that's relative to you. I explained that a little bit in some other places, and I will answer that. That's another question coming up. Get weights, get resistance bands, and get a Pilates ball. That's what you need. So go read Colossians and buy your equipment. You can also buy any other resources if you want to journal through Colossians or do a special Bible study. All of this is information from my other videos that I've put out. And then I invite you to pray. Pray. And so I am a follower of Jesus, and I invite you to pray to Jesus or to pray to God the Father and ask God to show you how to do these workouts and for it to be good and for it to be fun. So go read Colossians, go buy the things you want. You don't have to buy all the things, but buy the things you want for this to be successful for you, and pray, pray, pray. Weights, let's talk about weights. People always ask this, not just for Colossians, but always. Weights, how heavy do I go? So I'm going to speak in pounds for people who are in America, and I'm going to speak in kilograms for people who are overseas. If you are not used to working out, or if you've not ever worked out with weights, I encourage you to start with 1, 2, 3 kilograms. Get a set. 1 would be your light weights, and 3 kilograms would be your heavy. And that's where you start. 2 would be medium. If you are in the US and you're wondering about pounds, I linked to that in another video. There's a great set on Amazon, and I recommend that people start with 2 or 3 pounds. I say 2 pounds for your light if you're new to resistance training, or you start with 2 pounds or 3. It depends on what you're buying, but you can usually get a set with 3, 5, and 8. 8 would be your heavy weight, 3 would be your lightweight, and 5 would be in the middle. Oh, thanks for the compliment, Manuel. Welcome to my site. So that's where you can start. Now, it's relative. If you have been working out for a while, then you get to play around with what do you have available. That's somehow how you decide what weights you do. But I think a good place to start is what I just said with the kilograms and the pounds. Now, if you do not have weights, Here's what I encourage you to do. For light weights, you can get a water bottle that has 500 milliliters of water, and that's going to be about 1 kilogram or less, half kilogram. You can even get a 1 liter water bottle, and that might be light for you. It might be medium or heavy, but you could start with water bottles or soup cans. And then if you build up to it, you can pour the water out and fill it up with sand or rocks. So that's a cheap way to have something that you might have available to go with. There's different people who have made their own. If you live overseas and you have the access to ask someone to make one for you, they can do that with cement and pour it into a can and something strong and sturdy in between. So all kinds of options, but resistance training's really good. But those are just some ideas. You could fill up water jugs. Just, you want it to be equal for both sides. If you don't have weights and you're just new starting, lastly, I will say you don't have to get weights in the beginning. Just start working out and moving and focus on form, having good form and doing the movements without the loaded weight. You will still get a great benefit, and that's a great place to start. And you can almost make it like, hey, I've worked out 2 or 3 weeks and I'm feeling great and strong, and you can go to your local store wherever you could buy weights, and then start with like the 1, 2, 3 kilograms, or you could start with the 3, 5, 8 pounds. So that's what I recommend. Um, so Lastly, if there's no other questions, I just want to say that I am so honored to lead workouts through Colossians. I'm praying for you, and I hope that this will bless you so, so much. And so if you want, leave comments. I will see them later, and you can ask me questions. Ask me questions here publicly, and that way I can answer them and other people can see the answers. So it's so good to be on here and to get ready to do these workouts. You're so welcome. So go for it. Read Colossians and pray, 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 and invite other people to do this with you. I pray rich blessings on you, and I hope to see you doing the workouts.